whole school is going to find out what really
Yeah.
happened,
Yeah,
right?
looks nervous, avoiding eye contact. There's his dad.
Of course, they don't even look
Charlie's
that.
alone.
Yeah, so far it's panning out to exactly what Colonel said. Like he said, his dad has a lot of money involved in this school. And he's not going to have his son tarnish that.
I mean, this is such a big event to make for the situation. It should not be publicized. Being HR, you would not publicize this.
This is
Formal
huge.
investigation be done, private interviews, not in front of the whole. He's
The whole
he's
school,
making a scene of it.
right?
It was done to him.
They ruined his jag,
Yes.
right?
I called an open meeting of this institution this morning because the incident that occurred this Tuesday last describes an issue that concerns
From last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday.
not an isolated case of vandalism.
This day after Monday, before Wednesday.
Yesterday's yesterday.
A sickness which runs counter to the principles this school was founded.
A sickness?
A school
And
among
here we
whose
go.
graduates, two have sat behind the desk in the Oval Office in the White House.
He fixed his tie. Remember, his tie was not
Right. He's
was not fully on.
it wasn't on at all, I think.
No,
Right?
he unbuttoned shirt. He got himself ready to be professional, to be by next to his boy.
Palaces in Jordan. We are in fact known around the world as the cradle of this country's leadership. A beacon for the nation's.
Got room for me up there, Charlie.
But
You got
today,
room for me
we
up
are
there.
Bleeding from disrespect. Blatant
Give us a hand,
disrespect.
son.
A disrespect for our values and a disrespect for our standards. A disrespect for the Baird tradition. And as the custodians of that
He
tradition,
gives him his chair.
Right.
we are here today
He keeps
to
talking
protect
over it
each
too.
other
He's
Yep.
from those who threaten.
this is just this is really for
Who
him.
is this, Mr. Sims?
Of course.
This is all for him.
This is Mr. Frank Slade, Lieutenant Colonel, United States Army, retired. I'm here in place of Charlie's parents.
Excuse me?
In loco parentis. They could not make the trip from Oregon today.
Oregon.
And what is your
Is it
relationship
Oregon
with
or Oregon?
I think Oregon.
a courtroom?
Say both.
Oregon.
The closest thing we could manage to it.
And if we're taking oaths, there's a few people I'd like to swear in.
There are no oaths at Baird. We are all on our honor.
Larry and Franny Sims are very dear, close friends of mine.
So now he's going to
They've
start,
asked me to
his
appear here
yeah.
at Charlie's band.
talking to Boole.
Okay?
Happy to have you with us, Colonel. Mr. Willis.
Great scene.
Which Mr. Willis? George Jr., sir.
Yes.
You were in a position last Tuesday night to see who committed this act of vandalism.
Tuesday before last.
Who was it?
Well, I have an idea who it was.
No, not an idea, Mr. Willis. Did you see or did you not see?
Well,
You're right. This should not be taking place in front of all
No.
these
I
people.
don't have my contacts in. Come on. I was in
This
the
is really a
library
s-
and
a
taking
spectacle.
my glasses off, and I was going to put my contacts back in. Then I helped Sims close up, and the next thing I know, we're outside, and I hear this sound, and I didn't have any time to put my contacts in.
Whom with your limited vision did you see?
Now, does he say who he saw in front of everybody? Philip Seymour Hoffman's great.
Yep.
Like I say, it was blurry. I can't see without my contacts.
What did you see, Mr. Willis?
So what he saw figures.
Definitively?
Stop fencing with me, Mr. Willis. Tell me what you saw.
He wants a name. Give him a name. Right?
Finkel and
Don't
Einhorn.
hold me to this, but
Einhorn and Finkel.
contacts
Einhorn
in the
is
dark.
Finkel.
And everything. I mean,
Mr. Willis!
maybe Harry Havemeyer, Trent Potter, and Jimmy Jameson.
And so he just dropped all their names.
Maybe.
Ballpark, best guess.
Ballpark. Best guess.
Could you provide us with some detail?
You know, why don't you ask Charlie? I really think he was closer.
So now he's throwing Charlie under the bus.
Yeah.
Put the pressure on Charlie sitting there.
Mr. Sims.
Yes.
Now, Chris, he doesn't have to say anything,
Contact
right?
lenses, do you?
Charlie
Well-
doesn't have to say anything.
His deal with Harvard
With your
would be,
untrammeled
off the table with
Right.
through him.
Whom did you see?
And who knows, he could maybe expel him.
Right?
Well, I saw something, but I couldn't say who.
All right, what was the something you saw?
And the colonel's waiting. He's holding
I
back.
couldn't say.
You couldn't say or you wouldn't say?
No,
He's waiting for his time. He's waiting
just
for
couldn't
the
say.
the first
Couldn't,
opening.
wouldn't, shouldn't. Mr. Sims, you're exhausting my patience and making a mockery of these proceedings. I will give you one last
Making a
chance. The
mockery. This whole thing is a
consequences of your
mockery.
response
Yeah,
will be
he's
dire.
bullying
By
him.
dire, Mr.
Yeah.
Sims, I mean your future will be jeopardized permanently. Now, for the last time, what did you see last Tuesday night outside my
You
office?
can't get blood from a stone, man.
I saw somebody.
I saw somebody. Good. Did you see their size and shape?
Yeah.
He's just gonna say whatever you want
And
him
they were
to
the
hear.
size and shape of whom?
A person.
They were the size and shape.
Those three guys must be like waiting.
Of most any Baird student, sir.
Just
I am
reassuring
left
that
with no
that
real
was the right
witness.
choice, right? Touching his
Mr.
arm.
Willis's testimony is not only vague, it is unsubstantiated. The substance I was looking for, Mr. Sims, was to come from you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Mr. Sims. Because you know what I'm going to do in as much as I can't punish Mr. Havemeyer, Mr. Potter, or Mr. Jameson. And I won't punish Mr. Willis.
Why? Why can't he
The
punish
only
them?
party to this incident who is still worthy of calling himself a Baird man. I'm going to recommend to the disciplinary committee that you be expelled. Mr. Sims, you
There's
are
no
a
reason
cover
for him to be
artist and
expelled.
You are a liar.
But not a snitch.
One of the best speeches in movie history, in my opinion,
Excuse
coming
me.
up.
Coming up right now, right here.
No, I don't
Yes,
think I
my
will.
opinion.
Okay.
Mr. Slade,
This is such a crock of shit.
please watch your language, Mr. Slade. You are in the Baird School, not a barracks. Mr. Sims, I will give you one final opportunity to speak on.
Mr. Sims doesn't want it. He doesn't need to be labeled still worthy of being a Baird man. What the hell is that?
What the hell is that?
What is your motto here?
What is a Baird
Boys,
man?
inform on your classmates, save your hide. Anything short of that, we're gonna burn you at the stake? Well, gentlemen, when the shit hits the fan, some guys run and some guys stay. Here's Charlie facing the fire, and there's George hiding in Big Daddy's pocket. And what are you doing? You're gonna reward George and destroy Charlie.
Reward the guy hiding.
No, I'm just getting warmed up. I don't know who went to this place. William Howard Taft, William Jennings Bryan, William Tell, whoever. Their spirit is dead, if they ever had one. It's gone. You're building a rat ship here.
A rat
A
ship.
vessel for seagoing snitches. And if you think you're preparing these minnows for manhood, you better think again. Because I say you are killing the very spirit this institution proclaims it instills. What a sham. What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today? I mean, the only class in this act is sitting next to me, and I'm here to tell you, this boy's soul is intact. It's non-negotiable. You know how I know? Someone here, and I'm not gonna say who, offered to buy it. Only Charlie here wasn't selling.
Sir, you're out of order.
Out of order? I show you out of order. You don't know what out of order is, Mr. Trask. I'd show you, but I'm too old. I'm too tired. I'm too fucking blind. If I were the man I was 5 years ago, I'd take a flamethrower to this place.
5 years he's been blind.
Out of order. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I've been around, you know. There was a time I could see, and I have seen boys like these, younger than these, their arms torn out, their legs ripped off. But there is nothing like the sight of an amputated spirit. There is no prosthetic for
Amputated
that.
spirit. Amputated
You
spirit.
think you're merely sending this splendid foot soldier back home to Argonne with his tail between his
Oregon.
legs, but I say you are executing his soul. And why? Because he's not a bad man.
Look at Charlie's face.
Bad man.
Charlie's
Like,
face.
oh,
Hurt
shit.
this boy,
Yeah.
you're gonna be bad bums, the lot of you. And Harry, Jimmy, Trent, wherever you are out there, fuck you too.
Stand down, Mr. Slade.
I'm not
That
finished.
was awesome. That's funny.
As I came in here, I heard those words, cradle of leadership. Well, when the bow breaks, the cradle will fall, and it has fallen here. It has fallen. Makers of men, creators of leaders, be careful what kind of leaders you're producing here. I don't know if Charlie's silence here today is right or wrong. I'm not a judge or jury, but I can tell you this. He won't sell anybody out to buy his future. And that, my friends, is called integrity. That's called courage.
Integrity is
Now
important.
that's the stuff
Integrity
leaders
and-
should be made
It's one
of.
of Kurt Angle's three eyes.
Right?
Now I have come to the crossroads in my life. I always knew what the right path was. Without exception, I knew, but I never took it. You know why? It was too damn hard. Now here's Charlie. He's come to the crossroads. He has chosen a path. It's the right path. It's a path made of principle that leads to character. Let him continue on his journey. You hold this boy's future in your hands, committee. It's a valuable future. Believe me.
And they can crush
Don't
it easily.
destroy it. Protect it. Embrace it. It's gonna make you proud one day, I promise you.
It's exactly what Charlie needed.
What do
Look
you
at that.
think?
Claps. They're clapping after his speech about Charlie and his integrity. Well, they can't throw him out of school after that, right?
That if that was today, that'd be on YouTube right now, you know, on TikTok.
Oh,
edited,
somebody
you know?
would
Yeah.
have been recording that.
Yeah.